Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here, and I have actually some very exciting news from Knott's Berry Farm as they've changed their locker policy for 3 of their biggest rides. So if you did not know, Knott's Berry Farm has previously implemented 3 locker systems for 3 of their major attractions: Ghost Rider, Hang Time, and Silver Bullet. That all started on September 8th of this year, and immediately saw a lot of backlash, as this park has a majority of the rides with bins off to the side of the station, and even a handful of less thrilling rides having you take your bags and belongings on ride with you. So it came as quite a shock when they decided to announce that lockers were going to be implemented at some of the biggest attractions with the longest lines in the park. The expectation, at least put forward by the park, was that operations would get a lot better, as you wouldn't have guests going across the train to put their bags in the bins and then coming back to the train, which usually adds a good 20 to 30 seconds onto every dispatch. This announcement already got some backlash, but then we found out it was originally going to be $3 per locker use for 2 hours of usage. That ended up sparking enough backlash that they ended up moving the dollar amount down to $2 once this system was officially implemented, which ended up being such a major hassle at the park in person. Not only would you have to pay to put your belongings in a locker, but there also wouldn't be enough lockers for the amount of people in line, even on a quiet day, which we'll get back to that. But there was also a lot of added confusion with people bringing their stuff up to the station and then being told they couldn't ride, ending up causing longer and longer dispatches. But this morning, something on the website changed. They finally had enough complaints, I'm sure. Complimentary lockers are now a thing at those 3 rides, at least for the first 2 hours. Following that, it will be $2 per additional hour. And then, of course, on the website, they say using a ride locker is not required. Guests are always welcome to leave loose articles with a non-riding member of their party. AKA, if you're going up to the station, you better not have any loose articles. So this is pretty fantastic news all around. Realistically, on most days, at least that I'm visiting, which are usually a little quieter, that $2 to $6 fee at minimum will go away, unless it is busy, of course. So genuinely, I think this is a step in the right direction for the park. There was nothing but complaints about the dollar value of all of this. Honestly, I think that was the biggest issue with the lockers, but now seeing that they're free, at least for the first 2 hours, is really encouraging. There are some gripes I have, though. With this system, now allowing it to be free means more people are going to use them, and they already don't have enough lockers at any of these rides. They were filling up with a hang time wait of 10 minutes, so I can't imagine what a 3-hour wait on some of these rides is going to look like, and how little availability there's going to be for those lockers going forward. That's a big positive to double-sided lockers or bins at the side of the station, because you only have to account for maybe a handful of trains worth, not an entire multi-hour line, where over 1,000 people will be trying to put their bags into these lockers. So, like most things that are major changes within operations at theme parks, they're still going to be ironing out a lot of the problems with how they implemented lockers going forward. I did a whole video on that topic, so if you want to go check that out, go ahead and click up on the top right-hand corner of your screen right now, or check out the description, because that gives you some perfect examples on how not to help guest flow be as smooth as possible. And if anything, you're going to have more people riding these rides now, knowing that they're not practically an upcharge, meaning that these guest spaces are going to get a lot more crowded and a lot more tight, especially at Hang Time, where it's already ridiculously narrow. But with that all said, I'll make sure to get to the park ASAP and check out how all of that is looking in person, and maybe I'll even check it out at Scary Farm during one of the busiest nights of the year. Who knows? Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And let me know if you've had any experiences with this new policy down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But of course, until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.